Hey there, it's Delilah. How are you guys doing? Today we are going to be doing another... I shouldn't have even started with a smile, because today we're going to be jumping into the atrocities, the horrors, the burning fire hell pit that is Nice Guys finished. Nice Guy, what is it called? Just Nice Guys. Nice Guys virtue claim? Nice Guys. r/Nice Guys. Okay, there we go. Took me like 8 tries. If you don't know what like a nice guy is, when someone like refers to that in like a negative way, it's essentially like a guy that is not nice. He's actually the worst guy ever. So envision the worst guy ever, okay? Lots of thoughts might be popping through your head. And then imagine he were to hit on you, and then when you reject him, he pulls the whole like, women never want nice guys. I'm such a nice guy. Like, women just don't appreciate me. Meanwhile, he's like the worst guy you've ever met. So that's what a nice guy is. It's a self-proclaimed nice guy that thinks that the reason that women don't want him is just because they don't appreciate his kindness and his charm, as his mother probably taught him he's full of. Yeah, so before we get started though, I want to, sorry, it's an aggressive point. I'll put down, girl. Sorry. Before we get started, I just want to say I didn't even know that this was a thing, that this was a statistic that you could like look at on your channel. But 90% of you little, what can I call you guys that's like friendly? You little trolls, you little under the bridge gnomes. Wait, is gnomes like a bad word? I feel like I've heard that used in like a derogatory way, like against like a like a minority group. Is gnomes a slur? Oh, only if I'm playing Dungeon Masters. So, okay, so as long as I have no Dungeon and Dragon fans here, which I know that my fan base really does intersect with Dungeon and Dragon role players. Do you guys LARP? I'm not entirely sure. So you guys can just cover your ears, and I'm so sorry to offend. But 90% of you little gnomes watch my videos and you're not subscribed. Hello, hey, my name's Delilah. How are you doing? Would you like to maybe consider subscribing? I don't know. It's like 90% of you guys watching right now. I hope I didn't offend you. Maybe I shouldn't insult you into subscribing, but I'm such a nice guy. That's why you guys don't subscribe. I'm such a nice guy. You guys can appreciate me and all that I do for you. Okay, what else did I want to talk about? Yes, 90% of you guys aren't subscribed, so if you would please consider it. I would love for you to join us. I don't have like a name for you guys. Do we need that? I was about to unironically say gnomes. That's horrible. I'm not gonna do that because I'm also really short, and I feel like that very easily will turn into just something against me. So we're actually not gonna do that. Just forget the whole gnome thing. Forget I ever said anything about it. Okay, also, if you are watching this and you want advice on something, I think I'm going to be doing, gosh, I'm like fixing up my hair in every single video ever. Also, side note, additionally, I love how I just interrupt myself all the time. My brain doesn't stop. Okay, if you're watching this and you would like advice on something, you can submit. Either you can just like leave a comment if you want, if that's preferred, or you can submit something that you want advice on to my Safe for Work Twitter. I'll put it on the screen. I'll also leave it in the comments down below. I mentioned this last week that I wanted to do like a little advice segment thing, and then I linked my Twitter, and it turned out that my Twitter DMs were off. They were disabled. So I essentially just directed a bunch of people that are struggling too, people that like need advice and like help on stuff. Although I hope if you're struggling, you're not going to me and you're going to absolutely anybody else. But like, you know, like people that are like vulnerable, they're like, oh, I'm gonna talk to Delilah about my boyfriend that just cheated on me after my dog died. Oh wait, that happened to me. But just if it happened to you, that would be a crazy coincidence if that happened to you as well, by the way. People that are vulnerable, people that are going through stuff, you know, they're like, I'm gonna ask Delilah for some advice, and then they go to my Twitter and I'm like, haha, you, my fucking DMs are off, bitch. That's so much swearing that I have to censor. By the way, I think I'm monetized now. I don't know. Okay, I got distracted, but I think I finished my last sentence. Oh, no, I didn't. I'm in the process of applying to be monetized. That's really cool. That means that I can make about $2 per video, but I'm so excited. Like, how cool. Like, I'm not even joking. I'm so excited. Like, damn. Okay, PewDiePie. Okay, Mr. Beast. I'm not like either of those people, I don't think. But moral of the story, if you're seeing an ad on this video, it is a celebratory ad. You cannot be mad at that ad because that ad is making me maybe 50 cents. I'm not entirely sure the payoff yet. But still, if you're seeing an ad, it means that I got accepted for monetization. And if you're not seeing an ad, that sucks like a lot because I don't know what to do in that scenario. I think I would literally just have to make an entire new channel because, you know, like even sponsorship wise, like nobody would want you if you're not monetized. Like Lady Gaga copyright striked me one time. So if Lady Gaga ruins my chances to be monetized, I'm coming out as straight, okay? I'm no longer part of the LGBT community. I don't want any association. Sorry, little monsters. Is that what they're called? Little monsters? Okay, anyways. Today I brought a shirt. This is just show and tell. I promise you, sorry, I won't point my X-Acto knife at you. I promise you, it never gets better. To the 90% of you guys that just subscribed, if you're thinking to yourself, oh, this is a weirdly long intro. This is like a 10-minute intro. Is she gonna get started soon? Nope. I never do. But instead of fixing my hair and touching my hair every 2 minutes, I'm gonna be fidgeting with, look, I actually wanna show you guys because it's satisfying. Basically, I'm ripping the stitches. Do you see this? And then you can like, oh, I'm ripping the stitches in the shirt because I'm taking the collar out of it because the collar like chokes me. Okay, we have our first one. I just skimmed these, like before filming this, I very lightly skimmed them, and the ones that made me throw up in my mouth a little bit are the ones that I curated for us to go through together today. So you're welcome. For anyone that's new, these videos are a little new series that I like to call trauma bonding with each other. So take my hand. Let's start. This one is, Nice Guys Virgin Claim, I invite you into my home, the highest honor, and you grow R word. Should we say R word? Yeah, okay. I invite you into my home, the highest honor, and you grow R word fantasies inside your head. So he's claiming that she's fantasizing about him R wording her, right? Okay, interesting. So it starts off in the middle of her paragraph, saying, you don't want Japanese, we could go to a Thai restaurant or even a seafood or traditional American spot. It's just way easier if I can know the menu ahead of time and make sure I can find something safe to eat. So presumably this person seems to have an allergy. I've also been totally stuck at home in the past month working on some big painting projects, so I'd love to dress up a bit and go out on the town a little bit. Aww. That's so cute. They've been like cooped up and they're like excited like to go out. Okay, so let me know if there are any restaurants you specifically might want. But if you haven't ever been to Mamaji, if you haven't ever been to this restaurant, I would definitely recommend since it's literally my favorite restaurant in Seattle. Okay, so just this person seems enthusiastic, excited. They're like, we're going to get food. I'm excited to get out of the house. And these are some restaurants that I like. Yeah, and cute, whatever. And then they said, no. Okay, and then they said, are you afraid to come to my home? What do you mean? Are you afraid to come to my home? Well, no, if you're going on a date, you're presumably going on, like to a restaurant, no? Like if you know, if someone were to say to me, okay, sorry, I won't even ramble yet. Because then after him saying, are you afraid to come to my home? He says, do you think that I'm going to R-word you? I wasn't really necessarily thinking that. Maybe I was, I'm not too sure, but I definitely am not thinking anything good now. That's crazy. Okay, hang on. And then she said, whoa, that is out of left field. Yeah, you're telling me. Honestly, No, I would be, no. I'd be like, you know what, date's off. You're right, you know, date's off. We're done. This is done. Why did you bring that? That is so weird. Why did you bring that up? Okay. Whoa, that is out of left field. I just love going out and I haven't been out of the house in ages. Understandable. Plus, I do have some serious allergies and like I said, I hate making people cook for me. That's so understandable. Is there a reason why you were strongly opposed to going out to dinner? Of course, I would plan on paying for myself if that's an issue. Kind of clocked him. That's funny. Yeah, so it seems like some serious allergies. Okay, so let's assume that this person is like celiac or something. I would totally, and I know my sister is anaphylactic to nuts, and people don't realize the amount of stuff that has nuts in it, like certain oils and like, you know, like that you don't even think about that you cook with, or like when it comes to something like gluten or dairy, like people that don't have this allergy don't realize how much stuff has it in it. So if I were to have a serious food allergy, I would absolutely be way more comfortable, like first time meeting someone, just going to a restaurant, other than obvious reasons as to why I would be more comfortable going to a restaurant instead of going to their house alone when I've never met this person in my entire life. That's kind of like literally the standard. If you have any women in your life that you love, you would advise against them going to a stranger's house that they just met. And then he said, I invite you into my home, the highest honor. And you grow R-word fantasies inside your head. Hey bro, you're the only one talking about that. Hey, you're the only one talking about that. And then you talk about money and insult me, which, yeah, she like kind of clocked you, like it was a little funny. Like, I don't think I am any longer interested to meet you ever again. Okay. That is okay with me. Dodged a bullet. Like, what is going on? Yeah, he's the only one that brought up R-word. Nobody brought that up. Nobody said anything about that at all. That's like someone being like,
yeah, sorry, Delilah, like the way that you called me a gnome really turned me off. Like I don't think that I'm into you.
And me responding like, what the hell? You think I was gonna harvest your kidneys in your sleep? And they're like,
whoa, what? Wait, what are you even talking?
You think that I was going to put you out with the anesthesia that I have in my closet and I was going to harness your kidneys?
I wasn't even, what are you?
You think I'm gonna take your kidneys? Get over here. Like that, you know what I mean? Like now I think you're gonna harvest my kidneys? Yeah, now I do. Because why is that on your brain? And then me also being like, you're sick. You're sick for having these fantasies about me taking the anesthesia that's in my closet and knocking you out and harvesting your kidneys and selling them on the black market. You are disgusting and perverted. Shame on you. Like what? Okay, let's check out the comments. And this person said, but my I'm totally not an R-wordist t-shirt made it so clear. That's funny. This person said, that is a person accusing you of calling him dangerous after calling himself dangerous. Yeah, like he literally was like, you think I'm gonna R-word you, don't you? How dare you say that? You think I'm gonna R-word you? You literally just called me an R-wordist. Sorry, I hate saying R-word. I'm not saying this because I agree that this type of language should be censored. I just know in a lot of algorithms they are, and I don't make the rules, baby. I just follow them. Okay, so that was horrible. But I think that they dodged like a huge red flag. Cause like, how are you not gonna have shady intentions if you're getting genuinely angry that a girl isn't comfortable coming into your house the first time that they meet you? Like that absolutely makes me think that you have bad intentions. Cause why are you mad about this? Like what were you planning, you weirdo? Like why are you so angry that I don't want to come into your house? Most girls would absolutely not want to do that if they're just meeting you. Like that is literally safe. So, okay. Next, I'm gonna try to do 4 today, by the way, and I'm gonna try to keep the yapping down. I think last time I did like 6 and the video literally ended up being an hour. We're gonna do 4 because I love to talk, guys. I'm so sorry. I I cannot stop. I don't know how to contain myself. I just get so excited. Okay, nice guy's virtue claim. Oi, bitch. Oi, bitch. Okay, what accent am I going for? Oi, bitch. I gave you a compliment. What is that? What is that accent? Who says oi? What is oi, bitch? Okay, whatever. So this person, whose name starts with a C, so naturally, we're just gonna give them the name Carson, nudge in, because your attitude is cancerous. Okay, so Carson says, hey, you look gorgeous in class today. Especially your massive tits. Hey, you look really beautiful. Hey, you look really beautiful today. Hey, you look really beautiful today. Whoa, what the hell? I don't think you were paying attention to how she looked in class today, dare I say. Hey, you looked really gorgeous in class today, especially your massive tits. Oi, bitch, I gave you a compliment. I would love to know, first of all, the time between especially your massive tits and oi, bitch, I gave you a compliment. Because usually, if it's like longer than an hour, it'll have like a space and then it will say like sent at 2:30 p.m. Do you know what I mean? So that means that he didn't even wait that long before he was like, oi, bitch, I gave you a compliment. Like, damn, maybe give her at least a courtesy hour or two to like comprehend the reflux, you just took her on a roller coaster ride. You told her that she looks gorgeous and ethereal and beautiful, and then you talked about her massive, no adjectives were needed. That was not necessary. Bosoms. Is that what a bosom is? Or is that a butt? I don't really know, but we're using it in that context. And then she said, hey, in what world is that a compliment? And then he just said, can you send me nudes? Okay. And she said, no. And then he said, if you don't, I will myself. And it will be your fault. It will be your fault for not showing me your massive titties, bitch. If you don't show me your massive titties, I'm gonna strangle myself to death right here. If you don't show me your massive titties, I have a gun to my head, actually. So, you better show me those massive titties. I have a gun in one hand and my dick in the other, so show me those titties, or it's gonna be a dangerous game. I'm either shooting my load, or I'm shooting my head off, bitch, and it's gonna be your fault. And then she said, do it, cunt, which, like... Boom, 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 boom. That was a good response. Okay, let's check out the comments. This person said, any update? And then the OP in response said, which by the way, OP just means the person that posted the screenshot. So the one with the massive tits. Sorry. That's fucked up. That's the only thing we know about her. The girl, presumably, is OP, who said, we had an assembly that... The one with the massive tits is so fucked up. I'm so sorry. Don't subscribe. I deserve 100% of you guys only watching and booing and throwing tomatoes at the screen and never subscribing. If I got that monetization, I did not earn it because I'm a horrible person. Okay, OP said, had an assembly the following week. Oh, is this a classmate? Oh yeah, you look so beautiful in class. Oh my god, that literally means I have to see them the next... That's funny. Actually, that they had to see them the next day and be like, oh, someone's bluffing. Okay. But that's also really unfortunate they have to see them in class because, I mean, you know where their eyes are looking. Like, what the hell? Okay. We had an assembly the following week about why actual harassment needs to stop, and they asked for volunteers to do the assembly. I don't usually like speaking in large audiences, but I made an exception. I put this photo on the projector and talked about how manipulating people is still a form of actual harassment. Both our families now have to have a meeting with the head teacher. I got 4 days off school too, so I'm not fussed off. Ma'am, you deserve a reward of some sort. I don't know. A lot of girls, guys are scary, especially this guy who's, literally threatening harming himself, right? Like, it is very intimidating for a lot of women, and that's kind of part of the issue with why sometimes like men continuously get away with this stuff, because nobody says anything. Bring back shame, bring back shame. And this lady single-handedly brought back shame. That is beautiful. That is art. That is poetry. I'm so proud and happy. Okay, this person said in response to her saying that she spoke up in the assembly, this person said, I hope they don't give a shit about the do it comment. It was well deserved, and to be honest, I would tell them so too. And this person said, but you know how schools are though, any hint of urging someone to unalive themselves and they go nuts. Even though it's painfully obvious the guy was never intended to follow through and was just doing that for emotional manipulation. But to be on the safe side, I'd have just posted the number to the suicide hotline. She should have just cropped her response out. Nonetheless, like, this girl doesn't have an update about it, and she got time off school, so it seems like she didn't face repercussions for saying do it. Because, like, it's so obvious that, like, it was, what do they call it? A thinly veiled threat? No, that's not what I'm looking for. An empty threat? Yeah. It was an empty threat. Okay. And you know what? Sexual harassment does deserve rudeness in response at the very least. Okay, proud of her. Round of applause. You are the shit. Okay, next. Oh, I brought this one up just because it makes me so angry. Oh my god, no, it makes me so mad. So this one's NiceGuys virtue claim. Chaotic golden retriever vibes. And I saved this one specifically because if you call yourself a golden retriever, and I feel bad because, like, well, I like to think that the guys, I almost cut my neck with this. I feel bad because I must hate this language so much that I'm just gonna put myself out of my misery. This is for you who didn't show me your massive tits. Okay. Me when my name is, what did I name that guy? Not Cancer. Carson. Me when my name is Carson. Oh, I'm gonna kill myself because you're not showing me your back. I don't know if his name's Carson. That's just the fake name that I gave him because his name started with a C. I don't know if you understood that joke or if it went over your head, but just breaking it down for you. Anyways, chaotic golden retriever vibes. I got so angry. I hate when people call themselves a golden retriever, a black cat. I feel like I've seen people call themselves like a Doberman. Hey man, that's weird. That's so weird and cringy. Is it a crime to be cringe? Yeah, I think it is. I think I hate it more for the fact that it's cringe and not even that it's weird. Like, I get what people are insinuating, like, oh, I'm just so happy and silly. I'm such a golden retriever. I get it. I understand the message. But does that make it okay? No, I don't think it does. I think it literally makes my toes curl with cringe, okay? Okay, so golden retriever, I hate you. I've been on dating apps recently, and that is the number one thing. The second, and people say it so much. It's in their bios. It's their opening line. It's everywhere. Please stop calling yourself a golden retriever. Stop calling yourself a golden retriever, or I'm gonna neuter you myself. Just kidding. I'm not gonna get near your weird balls. Nope. Not gonna do that. So this person's first message was just adventurous, which I'm assuming that they were, I don't know, they're probably calling themselves adventurous. And then the other person said, okay, good, just the vibe I was going for. You honestly gave me chill and down to earth vibes. And then they said, that's definitely me. And chaotic golden retriever vibes, apparently. And they didn't respond. So, yeah, I wouldn't either. Yeah, no, I wouldn't either. I actually would respond probably, but I'd be mean. I would not be nice. A lot of my dating app experience has just been me bullying people who are cringe. I'm just kidding. I don't actually do that. Although there's an influx of people who have in their bio that they're autistic when they're not. Like their bio will be like, I got a touch of the tism. And then I saw another guy's that was like, Rism with the tism. And so I swiped left and I responded because he like super likes me. No biggie, yeah, it happens all the time. You know, super like. But I swiped left, or I swiped whatever the good one was, so that I could match with him, so that I could say, oh, do you actually have autism? You know what he said to me? You know what he said to me? He said, yeah, I have the type that makes me want to work on cars, or something like that. I'll literally put up the message. It was so bad. I have the type that makes me want to work on cars. So like 70% of men in Eastern Ontario, like literally every guy here is a mechanic or a construction worker. I'm not kidding. It's over 50%. I swear to God. Like, in this generation, at least. So essentially what he's saying is, no, I don't have autism. I just thought rhythm with the tism was funny enough to put in my bio. And then he doubled down. I didn't respond to him. He doubled down and said to me, I'm assuming you have the cosplay type. I'm assuming you have the cosplay type of autism? The type of autism that makes you want to do cosplays? Because I have like a couple cool cosplay photos on my profile. No, actually, I have the type of autism that makes everything move in slow motion, and all the lights are bright, and I'm like, there's ringing in my ear, and I am 2 seconds away from crawling into a ball and rocking back and forth because I'm in the grocery store and they're playing music and there's people talking all around me all at the same time. Is the type of autism that I have. I have the type of autism that makes me hate myself and has instilled like a deep self-hatred in myself because I was diagnosed late. And for most of my life growing up, I just simply thought that I was an unlikable person, and I couldn't quite crack what it was about me that made people think that I was odd, and also just like blame me for stuff and think that I like have bad intentions and am a mean person and accidentally offend my loved ones. And that's the type of autism that I have, actually. But what do I know? Because you like to build cars. Oh, what do I know? Because I don't have the... I'm gonna calm down because I have... Ow! That was so dramatic. I cut my finger. Right after... There was foreshadowing to that one too, huh? Anyways. Oh my gosh. That doesn't taste good, so I don't know why we're inclined as like a human species to do that. Anyways, okay, so adventurous, that's definitely me, and chaotic golden retriever vibes, apparently, haha. No response. Morning, you go to bed early yesterday, question mark? And then this person said, morning, hope you have a good day. You too, cutie, what you up to today? Busy day at work, lots of meetings, how about you? I thought you were going to your family's last night. And then they said, yeah, I WFH. WFH? What? And then he said, oh, true, so WFH today? And they said, yeah, WFH today. Also, if I can be totally honest, I feel like the pacing right now is a bit too fast for me. I've enjoyed chatting, but I wanted to make sure we're on the same page and I'm comfortable moving at a slower pace. Okay, I need to look up what W... You guys are like probably think I'm a stupid boomer. Oh, working from home. I thought oh, that makes so much sense. Busy day at work, lots of meetings. How about you? I thought you were at your family's last night, and then they said, yeah, I work from home some days. Oh, true. So work from home today? Yeah, I work from home today. Also, if I could be totally honest, I feel like the pacing right now is a little bit too fast for me. I've enjoyed chatting, but I want to make sure that we're on the same page and I'm comfortable moving at a slower pace. And then they said, slower pace? In what way? What do you mean? Honestly, after some thought, I think we're looking for different things, and I don't wish to waste your time. I had fun chatting with you, and I wish you all the best. This is so funny after he called himself a golden retriever. Me too, girl. Lol, different things? Fair enough, haha. Glad I didn't waste my time anymore with someone who doesn't know what they want. Fatty! Hey! They were being so good about it and so mature about it. Why'd you have to throw that? Okay, first of all, shut the f*** up. That's all. That's my conclusion, because you don't think they're fat. And if you do think they're fat, then you're a chubby chaser. Interesting how that works. If there's anything inherently wrong with being fat, I love I'm not gonna, shout out. That's all I'm gonna say. But that's like, yeah, that's like going for an alternative woman. And then when they reject you, being like, you emo freak, like, it's like, you were talking to me. You were attracted to this fatty. So, okay, let's look at the comments. Okay, we have context. This person said, not sure at which point you sensed something was off, but your radar was apparently spot on. And then they said, for additional context, since I couldn't add a caption to the post, this is someone I matched with on Hinge and we exchanged numbers same day. And then in parentheses, my mistake, I now have learned. And this was the next day already. I hadn't even met him. He was already very off with the pacing and would give immediate replies that felt sort of clingy to me. And I genuinely mean like 0.2 seconds after I would text, even if I took a few hours to get back to him. And in the conversation attached, you can see he already brought up where I said I was going to be the night before into the next day, which was true, but I was also working from home. Him questioning it already felt very possessive to me. Overall, weird vibes and immediate block. Honestly, I think those reasonings for not being into him are very harsh. Like, if someone responds to me fast, hell yeah, like, what, like, that's dope, that means you're into me, like, that's cool, like, I don't, you know what I mean? But, at the end of the day, this person has the right to revoke their interest for any given reason that they want. I personally, for those reasons that they stated, like, I wouldn't, but clearly, they dodged a bullet with just being like fatty, like, you suck. I'm surprised that they weren't turned off by the golden retriever thing, because I would have been like, if something throws me off, it's gonna be that. Just because it's one of those, like, you're on TikTok too much, like, get out of here. Like, oh, I'm such a golden shut up. Okay, it was a little weird. I did notice it was a little weird. They said that they had a lot of works. And then this guy being like, I thought you were going to your family's last night. Huh? What about that? That's like a little strange, but I wouldn't have even caught that as like a red flag or like a anything. Like, in hindsight, I see it, but... Okay, next. Okay, this one is titled, My criticism comes as a friend that doesn't want to see you die alone. Already, none of your fucking business. Pretty sure that's the take that I'm gonna have. So, let's read. They said, it's not too scathing. I don't know what they said that in response to. And then OP said, uh-oh, what is it? And they said, all right, so. The least horny a guy will be is right after he comes. What the fuck? Post clarity is when someone can, okay, I really wish that OP had posted the conversation leading up to this, because what? Post clarity is when someone concerns themselves with the flags of a woman and if he's able to spend more than 5 minutes with them. What? Post clarity is when someone concerns themselves with the flags of a woman and if he's able to spend more than 5 minutes with them. What? For your future, unless the guy is in Girl, are you gonna post the whole thing of what he said? Oh God. Oh yeah, she did post the whole thing. Oh, okay. I actually was hoping that she didn't, because I heard enough. Post on clarity is when someone concerns themselves with the flags of a woman and if he's able to spend more than 5 minutes with them. For your future, unless the guy is in love with you, that's not when you get your second wind. And not when you try to convince someone to F you again unless your hand or mouth is on my flaccid pain. What the hell is this guy talking about? Sitting on someone isn't going to convince someone to F you, especially if we aren't dating. Wait, does she sit on his lap? I'll do aftercare after a specifically intense session where I'm degrading you, but I'm not into the monogamous smitten kitten act. That's the emotionality we will have left out. That's dating, and that's not what we're doing. Okay, guys, I'm starting to think that this isn't OP's friend. When I read the caption of this post, I thought that this was like a completely platonic friendship situation. But it seems like, okay, let me read the Is there context? I think these are two people hooking up. And let's just finish reading what he says. I'll do aftercare after a specifically intense session where I'm degrading you, but I'm not into the monogamous smitten kitten act, which men love to say stuff like that when you ask them to show like romance or emotions that aren't sexual. Like you're just like, hey, can you compliment me sometimes? And they're like, listen, I'm not gonna be your smitten kitten. That's the emotionality. We will have to be left out. That's dating, and that's not what we're doing. We are 30 in This guy is 30. You're 30. You're 20. We are 30 and generally busy. I'll chalk it up to coming in drunk and then getting high, but I had told you the time frame in which I had. Don't attempt to peer pressure people that you're sleeping with. And that'll never go over well, and you'll come across as needy and not eager / enthusiastic. Okay. Lastly, I said I'd train you. Whoa, what in the BDSM we're getting a look into like a whole different, okay. Lastly, I said I'd train you. Sorry. Lastly, I said I'd train you, but a lot of that is self-curiosity. Read how to be better, or toss up a profile for someone that wants a full-time sub, which I don't. Again, the drunkenness didn't help your nerves, so I'm not sure why it was necessary. You came across as disassociating from your body during X. Your nose almost put enough pressure on my ocular cavity to hurt. So a little awareness couldn't hurt. Oh, your ocular cavity. Oh, you poor baby. Sex is a dance. You need preparation, practice, and presence. It can be awkward for sure. God forbid you have a partner with ED. Erectile dysfunction. That's patience as well. It is your job to turn your partner on. Otherwise, you're being selfish. Lastly, I did enjoy myself, but obviously we both know this isn't a forever thing. My criticism comes as a friend that doesn't want to see you die alone and will take some extreme patience from someone, especially given your mental illness, to have to be a partner. Being amazing at sex is a good jumping off point. It doesn't require change. It requires refinement. What the fuck did I stumble upon? Okay. And then after all of that, he said, obviously, if you have critiques for me, then I'm more than willing to accept them. Girl, I need you to critique every single aspect of him, by the way, just so you know. Because he just came in here, first of all, admitting to sleeping with you when you were drunk to the point that it seemed like you were disassociating from your body, and then is also claiming to be some like master dom, like, wanting to have pets, and like, for some people, like, there's a community. He really needs to get off his high horse, because he's like, sex is a dance, and like really acting like he just like knows everything about everything, but then in the same sentence is gonna be like, yeah, sure, I can give aftercare, but I'm not gonna be nice to you. It also seems like he's angry because she wanted to sleep with him twice. But that should be a compliment. Like, what are you offended by? Some people are really drowning while others are dying of thirst, I'll tell you that. And then he says, if we are to F again, please don't sleep with this guy again. If we were to F again, I'd like to seriously consider all of this feedback, though. It already feels that it would breed into an unhealthy attachment to my safe dick. And that I think you would stop trying to improve yourself. We're old now. We can't let ourselves plateau. We can always be better. Man, I really wish I had so much context. Let's check the comments. I'm gonna be genuinely mad if this person doesn't provide like any context. Okay, perfect. Context. Yes. context here. So this is a text I have permission to post on behalf of my friend. Well, that's good. It's from her friend of over 10 years that he sent after they had X twice. He is below average in pretty much every way, and I cannot believe he has the audacity to send this to her. And then this person responded, holy crap, that's balls the size of watermelons. Please tell me they are no longer friends. And then OP said, she is still talking to him, but they absolutely shouldn't be friends anymore. Yeah. I'm hoping seeing how horrified others are will help her realize how disgusting he is. Why is nobody talking about the weird BDSM self-love that's going on? Oh, he said he has ED? Wait. It can be awkward for sure. God forbid you have a partner with ED. That's patience as well. Was he referring to himself? Like being like, God forbid you have a partner with ED. Me. Is he referring to himself? That would make... I'm headcanoning this guy with erectile dysfunction. Because that would make so much sense. If, like, she wanted to go again and he couldn't get it up. And then he's like, well, no, I couldn't get it up because you're not sexy enough, bitch. Like, you know what I mean? Okay. Well, that was horrendous. Okay. Let me check how much time we're at. Okay, so the footage is at 1 hour and 20 minutes. And I've only gotten through literally 4. So I think I'm going to split this up into 2 videos. Sorry I talk so much. Guys. But hey, maybe you'll get 2 videos this week unless I'm being a lazy butt and I just edit the part 2 for next week. But like if you get 2 videos this week, that'd be cool, assuming that you guys enjoy hanging out here with me. Thanks so much. Oh, stop. So yeah, there's definitely going to be a part 2 to this. That wraps up today's video. If you're one of those 90% of people that watch that aren't subscribed, please consider subscribing. I would love it very much. I would really appreciate it. It would be really great and cool and awesome. Okay, so yeah, that is it for today's video for part 1 of this, because I talk so much. If you enjoyed this, please give it a like. Don't forget you can submit advice, question, application, whatever, to my Twitter, which I will have linked in the description. I will see you guys next week. I will see you guys in part 2 of this that I'm going to be filming right now. I'm literally about to end this and then say, hey there, it's Delilah, and I'm gonna start part 2. Maybe I'll change my shirt to kind of give an illusion that it's not part, whatever. Okay, goodbye.